Hey Frag fam, what is going on? I hope you guys are all doing well today. Elliot here and welcome back to the Fragrance Well. So for today's video, we are talking about fragrances that I'm going to call the best batting average fragrances, which is really just another way of saying that these are easy, dumb reach fragrances. In other words, what is a dumb reach fragrance? It's a fragrance you can grab, spray on, go do whatever it is you need to do, and the fragrance generally will work. I think I got a good mix of fragrances here where there's some, maybe they're just more so my opinion. And then there's others that there is a general consensus among a lot of people that this is a fragrance that pretty much any guy can wear and it will pretty much work for any situation. Doesn't always mean it's the best fragrance for every situation, but for a lot of people, they want fragrances like this. For the average person, I would say, they want a fragrance that they don't really have to think about. So you could even say these are signature scents, but I'm not really presenting it in that way. I kind of put a different mindset around it in terms of signature scent fragrances. But for me, I can easily say that these are fragrances that I can easily reach for. If I'm in a hurry and I just need to grab a fragrance, spray it on, and I know it'll get me through whatever I need to get to, these are some of the fragrances that I may grab for that. This is not a ranked list, by the way. I'm just simply presenting 10 out of my collection. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. But before we do, as always, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you do like the content, and please hit that bell icon, enable notifications so you can be notified when I upload new videos. And by the way, I will have links to these fragrances in the description below, as well as some affiliate links and a discount code if you are interested. No obligation whatsoever. Let's get into it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and kick it off with this one from Cedrat. This is Ambassador. Cedrat Ambassador. I'm pretty sure this is still their most popular fragrance, at least for men, at least. This fragrance here is fruity, lavender, a little bit of spice, a really nice woodiness to the scent, just a little bit of sweetness. The woody nature of this fragrance is dominated by a note of teak wood. If you are by chance familiar with that popular candle from White Barn from Bed Bath & Beyond, Mahogany Teak Wood Intense, you do get some of the smell of that candle in this fragrance because it also is using teak wood. This one here, it kind of comes across as like a fruity sauvage. That's like the easiest way to describe it. I'm not saying it's 100% like it. It's actually much smoother than Sauvage is. It's nowhere near as spicy. The fruity element is obviously something that's not in Sauvage, not quite as sweet. The woody element is different, but as soon as you smell it, I mean, you can't help it. That comes into your mind. But yeah, this is a great grab and go fragrance. Matter of fact, it was my scent of the day yesterday. I actually traveled out of town, like way out of town for work this week. And I was in a hurry to get ready to go because I was running a little bit behind. So unfortunately, I couldn't put a lot of time into thinking about what fragrance do I want to bring with me. I said, you know what? I just got to grab something I know is going to work. And this was kind of at the front of my cabinet, so I grabbed it. It literally is working for me and the very reason I'm presenting it in this video. And it worked out great. This is a great fragrance. It's easy to like. As long as you don't overspray it, you don't have to spray it heavily for it to work. But yeah, easy, dumb reach, high batting average fragrance here for sure, in my personal opinion. But I think it's agreed upon by a lot of people as well, at least if you're familiar with it. So once again, from Cedrat, this is Ambassador. All right, moving on. Next one's going to be coming from Ormond Jane. This is Montabaco Intensivo. Ormond Jane, Montabaco Intensivo. Haven't talked about this one in a while because I talked about it a lot last year. And one of the biggest takeaways from this scent in terms of utility is really the reason I'm talking about right now. However, I don't think there's a general consensus on this one. Some people may agree, some people may not agree. But this is a very fresh tobacco fragrance. A lot of juniper in this, so it really has this cooling, icy like effect to it. There's a good amount of spice in here, cardamom being one of the spices I can pick up on, but there's some other elements as well. There's definitely a really nice tea accord in this. The tobacco is clean. It's not overly smoky. There's a little bit of some sweetness in the scent to, give it a little bit more appeal. But yeah, this fragrance here is one that is kind of a dumb reach for me, but maybe not to everyone. So that's why I'm injecting the fact that this is more so my opinion on this. I would use this for a lot of stuff, but if I'm being honest, maybe not everything. I wouldn't go to the gym with it. You could though. I mean, it's just not the top thought in my head. But when I'm thinking about my normal daily activities where I'm not doing anything outlandish, I would wear it for that. So I do consider this a high batting average fragrance because when I wear it, I feel comfortable in it. That's kind of another thing I probably should have mentioned, you know, the comfort level of the scent. Do you feel comfortable in the fragrance doing whatever it is you got to do? If you do and you don't really have to think about it, then I would say it's a high batting average, dumb reach fragrance. So once again, from Ormond Jane, this is Montabaco Intensivo. All right, guys, next one's going to be coming from Louis Vuitton. This is Lovers. Louis Vuitton LV Lovers, to be exact. And this is another one that it's an easy reach fragrance, to be honest. This one is kind of bright and fresh green at the forefront of the fragrance. And you're getting that along with some really nice woodiness. Woodiness with a little bit of muskiness, in my opinion. There is a good amount of galbanum in this, so that kind of contributes to that green plant-like nature that this fragrance has. The woody characteristics of this, you can easily compare it to something like Santal 33, but this is a different fragrance. It's not a Santal 33 clone. There's just too many other elements that Santal 33 just definitely does not have. But the woodiness is about the same, to be fair. But yeah, it smells great. It's easy to use, easy to like, easy to digest. The main draw with this was not that I don't think people necessarily didn't like the scent. It's just that, you know, did they want to pay this much for it? You know, Louis Vuitton fragrances, they cost some money. It is what it is. But yeah, this fragrance is something I definitely kind of reach and grab for if I don't want to think much about it. It's on the great short list of fragrances that do that for me. And even though I do think it is fairly different from Santal 33 in terms of the overall scent DNA, if you think about Santal 33, that is another scent DNA that works for a lot of people and they don't really have to think about it. I've smelled Santal 33 or just scents that smell like it out in the public, you know, a number of times from people that are definitely not fragrance gurus like me. So I know that is a scent that a lot of people are comfortable with. So once again, from Louis Vuitton, this is Lovers. All right, guys, next one's going to be coming from Arabian Oud. This is Arabian Knight. Arabian Oud, Arabian Knight. All right, so this is another one that I think is a little bit more my opinion. I wouldn't say necessarily that people may disagree with me. Maybe they're just not familiar with the scent. This is not like a hype beast fragrance. It's kind of like those who know, and those who don't, they just wouldn't know. Now, not necessarily a wear for anything fragrance. Again, wouldn't wear it to the gym, but I could use this very easily. And if I grab it, I'm not worried about it. This is basically a spicy rose and sandalwood fragrance. It's got this really light, easy to digest, smooth, kind of creamy, woody base to it. The rose in here, just kind of this lightly fruity rose, not too dense, not too jammy, not really green at all. There's a wonderful note of lemongrass that opens up with this fragrance, and it blends with the cinnamon that is in the scent. I love that lemongrass feature. I wish it stayed longer. I'm not saying it goes away super quick, but it's definitely one of the top notes that dissipates quickly. So that's unfortunate, but the magic of this fragrance definitely sticks around. This is a great fragrance for the office. It's a great fragrance for just running daily activities. It's unique. I'm kind of just looking at what else I got on the list. It's unique within the list, being a slightly spicy rose fragrance. But don't get me wrong, it's not super spicy. It's not like heavy spicy. It's a light spice that blends perfectly with that rose and sandalwood. And it's also not too woody. Some may say, okay, maybe spring, fall fragrance, but you could wear it all year round. You just, use it for the right occasions. But yeah, this is a dumb reach fragrance for me. It is definitely one, in the instances where I've grabbed it, I would say I don't have to worry about if that fragrance is going to work for me. I know it's going to work just fine. So I would say it's a high batting average fragrance. So once again, from Arabian Oud, this is Arabian Knight. All right, next one's going to be coming from Hugo Boss. This is Hugo Reversed. Hugo Boss, Hugo Reversed. Now, I know people who are familiar with this scent definitely agree, that's a grab and go fragrance easily. You don't have to think much about it at all. It simply smells great and it will work, and it's a great bang for your buck as well. Grapefruit, woods, a little bit aquatic, and that's pretty much what you get from the scent. It smells kind of citrusy with that grapefruit characteristic. It's got a really nice woodiness to it. There's a dash of some sweetness in there, and the aquatic nature of it is like that super easy, clean aquatic style, so we're not talking about deep out in the ocean here. Nothing overly green, nothing overly salty at all. I mean, you can get a little bit of salty nuance from this scent, but yeah, very easy aquatic features in the fragrance. I'm not even necessarily saying the fragrance is aquatic, it just has that quality to it. In terms of affordable fragrances, it's still one of my top recommendations out of the fragrances I at least have in my collection. Kind of an easy choice for this video because that's pretty much my primary use for the scent is I just want to wear something and I don't want to think much about it. Grab and go scent. This one right here is at the top of that list. So once again, from Hugo Boss, this is Hugo Reversed. All right, so here's one I haven't talked about in a really long time. It's going to be coming from Mont Blanc, and this is Legend Spirit. Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. All right, so this is probably like the third or fourth fragrance I had in my entire collection, like when I first started collecting. This is a very old fragrance in my collection. I will admit, I don't really reach for it that much anymore, but I still like the scent. I mean, just smelling it right now, I still like it. I still want it in my collection. I still, once in a blue moon, may grab it and spray it, especially if I'm doing what we're talking about here, kind of a grab and go thing, and I'm going to be outside or it's hot out. This fragrance is like perfect for that. Many have compared this to Invictus. I mean, okay, maybe. I only got Invictus Parfum, so it's not like this. That's all I can say. But yeah, this one is relatively sweet, but not like just rip your teeth out sweet. There's some citrus elements to it. It's fresh. It is bright. It definitely has some aquatic features. I get some lavender-like features in this. Matter of fact, I ain't sprayed this probably in well over a year. Let me just spray this real quick. Why not? Yeah, there we go. Yep. Yeah, very bright, little bit of a clean nature to it. Does have a slight laundry feel. I think there's, as I said, lavender. I think there's quite a bit of lavender in this. There's definitely some woodiness to it, maybe even some musky features. Again, there's some sweetness here, but it's not overly sweet. It is a little bit youthful and playful, but yeah, great for hot weather, great for outdoors. And yeah, honestly, this fragrance is very, very likable. Unless you just overspray it, I wouldn't see a scenario where people wouldn't enjoy smelling this. So once again, from Mont Blanc, this is Legend Spirit. All right, let's move on to one from Roja Parfums. This is Elysium Parfum pour Homme. Roja Parfums, Elysium Parfum pour Homme. And the Parfum Cologne could work as well. Matter of fact, many would probably say that's a better option. It's a little bit more affordable. It's also a little bit brighter than this. So the Parfum versus the Parfum Colognes, for the most part, from what I can deduce, the Parfum Colognes a little bit brighter, the Parfums richer in general. But yeah, this one here, I mean, the Elysium DNA is considered by many to be one of the easiest, if not the easiest, Roja DNAs to wear for the masses. I mean, most people would probably like this scent. You get some citrus, you get some fruity elements, you get some aromatic elements, definitely get some woody facets to the fragrance. I would say the woods are ramped up in this one compared to the Parfum Cologne from what I can remember. I got a sample of it, but I don't know where it is. It's around here somewhere. But yeah, that's pretty much what I get from this scent. You know, laundry list of notes, so you're going to get a lot of things from the fragrance. Many people might experience other things a little bit differently than maybe I am, but I like to just kind of give an overview of it. But yeah, this fragrance, super easy to wear. Easily. I mean, when I first had this, I was just kind of wearing it for everything. I don't wear it as much now just because I've got other stuff I'm a little more interested in, but there's no denying it that even now, when I think about grab and go fragrances, high batting average fragrances, you spray it on, you know it'll work. This one is still on that short list for sure. And from time to time, I do spray this on for that very reason. So once again, from Roja Parfums, this is Elysium Parfum pour Homme. All right, next one's going to be coming from Matier Premier. This is Parisian Musc. Matier Premier, Parisian Musc. All right, so we're back to one that I think is a little bit more of my opinion. I don't know if everybody would agree with me on this, but this is definitely a musk fragrance, but it's musk presented in the form of ambrette and ambrette seed, or ambrette seed, should I say, which gives a musky smell, but it's a very vegetal plant-like musky smell. This almost smells like musk with like green leaves wrapped around it. That's pretty much what you get from the scent too. I mean, you may be able to pick up on some other elements, but that's how I like to describe it. I mean, it's a very simple scent that does what it does, and it does it very well, but I do like it for the fact that it really gives me a very clear picture as to what ambrette is in the form of perfumery, and I really, really like it. Now, I certainly do agree that this one is more so my opinion because maybe not everybody would like that ambrette smell. Not everybody even likes musk like that. And this is not a neutral form of musk. Again, it's a very vegetal form of musk because that's what ambrette smells like. Matter of fact, I think it's called marshmallow as well. It does kind of have this marshmallow texture to it. This kind of fragrance kind of has this pillowy kind of feel to it as well. I really, really like it. It's a grab and go scent for me because of how simple it is and how pleasant it is. And frankly, I don't think you can overspray this scent also. So I know I'm not really going to offend anybody, or at least I don't think I am. Or at least I haven't done it yet. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, this is a grab and go scent for me personally. And I think in general, clean musk fragrances, because this fragrance does smell clean to me in a different way, can work easily for a lot of people. But that's if you like musk fragrances like that. And again, clean musk fragrances. Dirty musk is something totally different. So once again, from Montabaco Premier, this is Parisian Musc. All right, next one is going to be coming from Mancera. This is Intense Cedrat Boise. Mancera Intense Cedrat Boise. Now, I know I don't have to say to the majority of you guys out there that this fragrance is widely accepted as a easy, dumb reach scent. And by the way, the EDP, probably a little bit more so than this one, but this is the one I have, so I'm presenting it as such. But yeah, the Cedrat Boise DNA is widely accepted as a very easy to digest, easy to wear fragrance DNA. Compared to the original, which I don't own a bottle of it, so my experience with it is rather limited, but I did have a sample. I did test it a number of times. This is simply a richer take on it. You would say it's probably not quite as bright. The woodiness is probably ramped up. The vanilla is certainly ramped up. The leathery nature of it is certainly turned up. I don't know if there is leather in the original Intense, but you definitely get some leather from this. So that's kind of the main difference. And of course, it is a concentration flanker as well. This is an extrait versus the Eau de Parfum being the original. But even so, I think the DNA still works the same. It's an easy fragrance DNA to wear. I don't always grab for it, but when I do, I know it's one that will work. I'm trying to think. Has there ever really been a situation where I was considering wearing this and I chose not to wear it because I didn't think it would work? Probably not. I probably just wanted to wear something else. So I would say this is a high batting average scent DNA, an easy dumb reach fragrance. And I think that's proven with a lot of people. So once again, from Mancera, this is Intense Cedrat Boise. All right, last but not least, we got one from Nishane. This one here is going to be Ambra Calabria. Nishane Ambra Calabria. All right, a little bit more of my opinion again on this one. I'm sure there's plenty of people that do think this is an easy reach fragrance, but not necessarily everyone. This is a fragrance, honestly, I should have had in my collection a long time ago, but I didn't. Mainly because my first time spraying this, I didn't really quite know what to make of it. But also, now that I think back, that was when I must have smelled like 50 fragrances that day. It was early on in my fragrance journey. So by the time I had gotten to this, I probably couldn't even really pick up what this fragrance is. I like to call this fragrance a light vanilla wrapped in green leaves. This fragrance has a little bit of a green leafy facet to it. The spice in here is very much like a coriander type of spice. So it's herbaceous. It's a little bit savory, but not too much. There's a little bit of a sparkly characteristic to this scent. The vanilla here is, to me, I think it's the exact same vanilla that's used in Ani. Matter of fact, in my opinion, Ani is, I don't know, to me it's a little bit more of a cool weather DNA. It can be worn in warm weather, but a little bit more of a cool weather DNA. I think this is the warm weather version of an Ani. And for whatever reason, I like this better than Ani. Ani is still like a toss-up fragrance for me. Overall, I like it, but I don't want to wear it that often. But this, I could wear this a lot more frequently. Is this the first time I've talked about this on the channel? I think I forgot to mention that. I've had this for maybe a month now, but I don't think I've talked about it on the channel. Nevertheless, easy dumb reach for me, particularly in warmer weather situations. And again, I think that's more so my opinion. I don't see everybody necessarily seeing this as a favorite fragrance. I also don't think everybody would think it's a dumb reach. But more so, I guess I'm thinking about my environment here in Florida, which is when I got this scent in, I thought the same thing. Easy fragrance I can always reach for in this freaking subtropical climate we have, especially right now with this heat dome that we're under. And I don't know, that's kind of more so for me. Anytime I come across a fragrance that I'm like, you could wear that in Florida easily, you don't even have to think about it, it just matches the environment, I automatically kind of consider that a dumb reach. Obviously, that's not going to apply to everybody, but Again, like I said, I'm mixing some of my own personal opinions along with ones that are agreed upon by the community at large. And this one here, a little bit more of a personal choice, but that doesn't mean it's not a good dumb reach fragrance. So once again from Nishane, this is Ambra Calabria. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. If you would like to, let me know down in the comments below what some of your favorite dumb reach / high batting average fragrances are. I'm pretty sure you guys have some. Let me know what you thought of these ones that I featured in the video if you are familiar with them. Would love to see what you guys have to say. Thanks again for watching all the way into the end. I really do appreciate you guys. Please remember to be well and smell well. And I will see you in the next episode of The Fragrance Well. Have a good one.